8-seeded Sean Rash against François Lavoie of Quebec, Canada. Now let's meet François.
Pardon-moi, but have you met François Lavoie? This suited-up former Rookie of the Year hails from our neighbor to the north, and the French-Canadian isn't afraid to step on U.S. soil and swipe titles. The first international player to do it, François Lavoie has not one, but 2 U.S. Open wins. The buttoned-up youngster may not seem like much of a threat, but under that suit and tie is a fearless competitor who can read the most challenging of oil patterns. With a smooth, steady finesse that's putting his opponents to shame, this is François Lavoie.
C'est bon, c'est bon. François Lavoie. He is fabulous. From Quebec City, we saw in that little feature about François beating Sean Rash in the U.S. Open 2019, just outside Charlotte for one of his 2 U.S. Open titles. Lavoie, good start, left lane.
François looks like he could star in an international spy movie when he's wearing that suit.
Yeah, man of mystery, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about mystery, but it just kind of has that.
Is he the hero or the villain?
That really, no, he would be the hero.
Now let's meet his opponent for our match here tonight, Sean Rash.
Grab your parka, because Alaska's own Sean Rash has entered the building. Rash is as brash as they come.
Let's have some fun!
The only pro to ever bowl 2 perfect games on TV, this father of 3 is seeking revenge against his arch-rival, Jason Belmont.
Take that, you bottle bitch! Come on!
With a competitive fire that's melted all of his last frontier chill, Rash is out to prove once and for all that one hand is better than 2. 15 years in, and this future Hall of Famer is still burning up the scene. But does he have what it takes to claim victory at the PBA Playoffs? This is Sean Rash.
16 tour titles. The last came here at the Cheetah in this very bowling center recently. En route to the Hall of Fame, Sean Rash gets started. Looking for some help across the deck on the 10-pin, but it stands for Sean.
Well, he may have needed his parka in Alaska, but we'll see if he gets hot enough here tonight.
You know, my in-laws live in Alaska.
To need one of those, yeah.
But we don't go in the wintertime. So we go visit in the summertime. No parka needed.
I've been to Alaska. It's beautiful.
It is incredible. Cross lane, 10-pin. There's Sean. No problem there. We talked about that with Sean today, about his great TV record. He said he loves the focus and the big moments and the bright lights of television. And he sure has done that. Really good 2020. And a finger injury around the time of the TOC in Ohio. Derailed him for a while. Left lane, Rash, yes. That was a strike, 1-3 pocket.
Yeah, that was a beauty.
Grab me a nose.
He's really gotten good over the last few years at going straighter down the lane, and it's made him a lot of money. 7th in earnings last season and 2 wins this season. It's been a nice last 2-3 years for Sean Rash.
A nice match, Lavoie against Norm Duke, opening round of this event. There's a nice strike again for François. Perfect shot, 1-3 pocket for the 9th seed, and he took down the Hall of Famer Norm Duke really with no problem, Randy.
Yeah, in fact, François Lavoie has bowled the highest game of this event thus far, and he shot 256 at Norm, striking in 9 of 10 frames, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 strikes in that blowout win against Norm Duke.
Big hockey fan growing up, but not the Nordiques because they had moved to Colorado, but loves his Canadians. Strike again for Francois. He played hockey until he's about 12, 13 years old, he told us. Then body checking was allowed. He said, you know what, I'm going to stick with bowling. I don't like this physical stuff getting slammed into the boards.
Yeah, it's probably a good move on Francois' part. Nice break here, though, tripping that 4-pin to start perfect. He's had the best look thus far through the playoffs.
Rash. 10-pin this time for Sean. He told us pre-match he felt really good about his game plan and path to the pocket. Power right at the 1-3.
Well, two really good-looking shots on this right lane, and you would think with that kind of angle coming into the pocket from the extreme right side that he should be able to bump that 10 out. Not the case on that right lane.
A tendon injury in his finger lasted from the TOC all the way to the World Championship in Las Vegas, which started there at South Point.
Yeah, I think we owe a real big shout out to Mike Moniak in South Point Bowling Plaza in Vegas. It was too bad because of everything that's happened in 2020 that we couldn't go back and finish the World Series of Bowling. But Francois was the first player to ever roll a 300 game in a TV Finals match at the U.S. Open, and he did it right there at South Point.
Able to finish the World Series of Bowling here in Centerville. And Sean won the Cheetah for his 16th title.
Play.
4-pin.
It's 4 good shots and 1 strike.
Reminiscent of Belmonte's match in our opener. François Lavoie trips the 4-pin. Sean Rash does not.
Got the 4-pin, no problem there. It was October 30th of 2019, the first and only official matchup on TV. Lavoie and Rash won by Francois 221-172. So the Storm PBA World Series of Bowling, we did wrap it up here in Centerville, Virginia. Belmonte won the World Championship. That was at South Point in Vegas. Rash, Belmo again, and Karsten Hansen won his first stateside career PBA Tour title with a Scorpion win here at Bowlero Centreville. We saw Lavoie on TV at the World Series in Centerville as well. He's no stranger to the bright lights, Randy.
He's not. And right now, Lavoie is just perfect through 4. He's just splitting boards and absolutely puring it out of his hand.
Front 4 for Francois.
I asked him earlier, excuse me, Dave, I asked him earlier in practice. I said, Frankie, as we call him on tour, how much do you weigh? And he said, about $130. I said, are you sure? Nice.
Perfection continues. Front 5 for Lavoie. He may be a little slight of stature, but he's got some powerful
kid can bowl
attributes to his game without question.
You know, 2016 he wins the U.S. Open, and then he kind of went silent on us for a couple of years, and then turns around in 2019 and wins it again. He's back for sure.
Rash.
4-8. Too fast.
Sean's in big trouble.
Maybe a tad slower.
He knows it. Because Francois doesn't look like he's going to slow down anytime soon. Be careful with this 4-8 as it is easily choppable. There you go.
I didn't chop it, Randy. I heard you.
Sorry, buddy. we're a long ways away, too.
Your voice tends to carry.
I got a big mouth. There's no doubt about it. Afterburner is Sean's orb of choice. Sean needs to strike out, in my opinion, to have any chance to win this game.
The 8 seed, the last bowler to get a bye in the round of 16. at the PBA playoffs. Said he had to stay positive, looking for shots like that. A strike for Rash, but Randy, he is in a huge hole against the perfect game from Lavoie.
François Lavoie, perfect through 5. He knows how to bowl perfect games on television. He's perfect tonight.
You're watching the PBA playoffs here on Fox. Rash, Lavoie, 1 game, single elimination. It's the round of 16. Already Jason Belmonte, the world's #1, knocked off Jakob Butturff, the 17 seed this year. Belmo, the #1 seed. This is the 8-9 match. Lavoie hoping to get halfway to perfection, up by 43. Halfway home.
He's just threading the needle with every shot that he throws. His location at the arrows and down lane has just been spot on. He's got that wrist broken back, and then right at the last minute, he gets a little cup into it. Boy, that ball roll is really pretty, especially when he's got a little bit of angle and can use the outside part of the lane. He can get his ball to hit better.
As we've talked about, Francois has bowled a perfect 300 game once before on television, and he did it at one of the sport's most prestigious events, the 2016 U.S. Open. The 23-year-old Lavoie rolled a perfect game in the semifinals against Sean Maldonado to become the first player in history to accomplish the feat during the Open stepladder finals. Lavoie looks for another one. Yes, indeed.
Right now he's like a bulldog on a pork chop, just putting boots to Sean Rash, and he won't give him any breathing room at all.
63-pin lead, and the front 7 for Lavoie. Dave, Randy, our entire crew. Kimberly with you here in Centreville, Virginia. Rash just hoping to stay in the conversation.
Great shot. A lot of games.
Strikes on the right lane. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Coward is bold, unique, and outspoken. And you can see him on The Herd weekdays on FS1 and the Fox Sports app.
Got one back. About 30 down, but got one back.
Double
nice
Rash
that one in the 4th frame.
with a ball change on the left lane. Up steps François Lavoie. Had a pleasure calling that 2016 perfect game. There's his arsenal.
Throwing the trend.
At the U.S. Open in Vegas. Here it's the PBA playoffs. How about 8 straight, Francois? You bet. 8 up, 8 down. Wow.
Another beauty. Well, he had the highest game prior to this game in the playoffs, and now he's going to beat that game.
Looking for 9. There it is. How fine is 9? François Lavoie. 9 in a row and 3 shy of a 300 game here at the PBA playoffs. Had a hurry to get back, and the 2-8 down late for Rash,
Randy,
who
what the hell
himself
are you doing?
has
The guy
2
throws the front
300
end at you.
TV games, making history. The last
Man, I've
time,
done it twice with
2015, against Ryan Simonelli at the TOC in Indy.
Well, you could vaguely hear Sean Rash saying, well, what do you do when someone throws a front 9 at you? And as As you see, Sean is the first player in PBA history to roll 2 televised 300 games in competition. But who was it? Marshall Kent, who said,
240. Everyone else in the building.
catch the right guy at the right time. Well, that's not what happened with Sean Rash. If he strikes out 247, I do believe would be the third highest game throughout the competition here in the PBA playoffs, and he's going to get smoked.
Heard him say it a minute ago. In the 240s, not going to win. Tough. 2-pin stands this time for Sean. A really good effort. Now his 300 of the TOC in 2015 was number 25 all time on TV in PBA Tour history. Lavoie was after him in Vegas against Sean Maldonado.
And to further my point about catching the right person at the right time, remember our opening match? It was Jason Belmonte 205 to Jakob Butturff's 195.
Numbers have been nowhere near this good until now. Up steps Lavoie as he looks for the front 10. Looking for 10. Has it!
Nice. 2 trip fours for Lavoie. I'll tell you what. You need to have some breaks when you're going to bowl 300, especially on television. He's gotten a couple nice ones. But, boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what, he's pured a lot of shots, especially on this right lane. A right-hander's best friend, the trip 4.
Too shy of perfection. Looks for 11. Lavoie, yes! He's got 11. He needs one more for a perfect game. Incredible bowling for François Lavoie.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
The match is in hand. Now he wants a piece
Anybody
of
else
history.
nervous?
For PBA bowling history, Lavoie, he's got it! A 300 game for François Lavoie, the 29th all-time in PBA Tour history.
Crazy.
How about it?
Crazy.